They didn't wait until it was over. They didn't even wait until it started. The hearse had just pulled up. Black, clean, slow, rolling to a stop right in front of our house like it was supposed to. Like it always is. And then the barrier went up. Right there, in the middle of the street. At first, I thought it was traffic control. Maybe someone trying to help with parking, because, yeah, there were a lot of cars coming in. Family, neighbors, people my dad had known for years. But then I saw the uniforms. Red. HOA. And that feeling hit my stomach before my brain even caught up. No, not today. I remember saying under my breath as I walked down the driveway. The driver stepped out of the hearse, adjusting his jacket, looking confused more than anything. One of the HOA guards moved in front of him. "Hold up, sir. You can't park here." The driver blinked. "This is the residence." "Understand that," the guard said, calm like he'd rehearsed it. "But this gathering hasn't been approved." Approved. I actually laughed. Not because it was funny, because it didn't make sense. "It's a funeral," I said, stepping closer. "My dad's inside." That's when she walked forward. Same look I'd seen 100 times in emails and notices. Clipboard in hand. Face completely blank. "Large gatherings require prior authorization under community guidelines," she said. I just stared at her. There were people behind me now. My aunt, my cousin, two of my dad's old friends standing there in silence. The hearse door clicked open. And just like that, this wasn't a misunderstanding anymore. This was real. "Ma'am, with all due respect," the funeral director said, stepping in carefully, "this is a scheduled service." She didn't even look at him. Then it should have been scheduled with the association. Association. Like we were planning a block party. My aunt stepped forward, voice already shaking. "We just lost him 3 days ago." "What do you mean paperwork?" The guard shifted slightly, placing himself between us and the hearse. Not aggressive, just enough to make it clear there was a line. And we weren't crossing it. More cars kept pulling up behind the barrier. People getting out slowly, confused, dressed in black, holding flowers, looking around like they'd shown up to the wrong place. One of my dad's friends, guy he worked with for over 20 years, walked up and just froze. "What's going on?" he asked. I didn't even know how to answer that. Because how do you explain this? That someone decided your father's funeral needed approval. That grief had rules now. "This is private property," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "You don't get to control this." The woman finally looked at me again. Calm. Controlled. "We enforce community standards," she said. "Emotional circumstances do not override policy." That line, you don't forget something like that. Behind me, I heard someone crying. Soft at first, then louder, because the reality was setting in. The hearse was still sitting there. The door opened, and nobody was being allowed to move forward. That IT got worse. Way worse. Because it wasn't just about stopping cars anymore. One of the guards stepped toward the back of the hearse, like he was about to close it. "Don't touch that," the driver said immediately, stepping in front of him. That's when everything snapped. "Sir, step aside," the guard said. "No," the driver shot back. "You don't understand what you're doing." I moved forward without even thinking. "Back up," I said louder this time. People were recording now. Phones out. Voices rising. My cousin grabbed my arm. "This is insane," he whispered. Yeah, it was. Because there we were, standing in front of my own house, arguing with people who were treating my father like a violation. The woman in red didn't raise her voice, didn't react to the crowd. She just flipped a page on that clipboard like this was another entry. "If the gathering exceeds permitted limits," she said, "we will be forced to disperse it." Disperse. At a funeral. I felt something shift in my chest right there. Not just anger. Something heavier. Because this wasn't about rules anymore. This was control. And they were pushing it as far as they could. IT didn't stop because they changed their minds. It stopped because too many people were watching. Neighbors started coming out of their houses. Not just standing there, walking over. One by one. Quiet at first. Then louder. "You're really doing this?" someone said. Another voice. "This is messed up." Phones everywhere now. Recording. Posting. Calling people. The pressure shifted. You could feel it. Even the guards started looking at each other. Not confident anymore. Just unsure. The woman in red stayed still a little longer than the rest. Then finally, she lowered the clipboard, said something quietly to one of the guards. And just like that, the barrier moved. No apology. No explanation. Just space. The driver didn't wait. He moved immediately. The hearse rolled forward. Slow. Respectful. The way it should have from the beginning. People stepped aside. Heads down. Silence returned. But it wasn't the same silence. It felt heavier now. Because everyone had seen it. What they tried to do. And how far they were willing to go. Later that night, we got the email. Miscommunication. Policy clarification. Regret any inconvenience. Inconvenience. I read that word 3 times. Then just closed the phone. Because some things you don't fix with an email. And some lines, once you cross them, people don't forget.